What is the current state of liberty, Naomi?
The current state of liberty. I mean, it depends which perspective you look at. I think on the one hand, you're seeing a lot more nanny state happening. You're seeing people clamping down on freedom of speech. And I mean, if you're just kind of looking at the state of culture, I think we're getting worse, moving away from freedom. Then you look at the tech advances. And I think we're living in an age that's better than ever. I think that finally, I mean, cryptocurrency in particular, I'm always going to go to that because it's like my passion. But honestly, I think that's the biggest step towards freedom that we've taken in the last 100 years. Because once you get back control of the money supply, then you get freedom of choice again. You can choose where to spend your money. You know, you can choose to support things that the government may not like, and I think that's true freedom. And until you have like a true marketplace money, you can't have a truly free society. So I think that on the one hand, I do see bad things happening, but on the other hand, I'm really optimistic about where we're going, and perhaps maybe in the future taking back financial privacy. You're seeing people talking about it more and more, especially now that Facebook is getting into the money business with the new coin Libra. I think that people don't trust Facebook, and that's a good thing because it sparks this conversation about financial privacy, why Facebook shouldn't be trusted. I'm hoping this will extend to the fact that MasterCard and Visa and PayPal and the government and Chase and all of these places have been tracking our financial data for a long time, and maybe we should start talking about that too. So that I'm hopelessly optimistic. So we'll see what happens.
So it's sort of like two different things, because the pessimistic part, the sad part, is kind of all the dumb shit that the political class continues to do, and the tribal warfare and the
pitting us against each other. I mean, it's so transparent if you look at what's going on. Every time I see some issue where I'm like, why are people even talking about that? You just dig a little deep and you're like, oh, they're distracting us because they're about to bomb this country, or they're distracting us because the debt ceiling is just coming back. And so there's always something going on, and it's sad that there are so many, I hate to say, but like useful idiots out there who are so willing to just take whatever is put in front of them and say like, yeah, that's the issue that I should be concerned about. I like that we have a lot of alternative media now, so you can get different perspectives and you can start to talk about issues that are real. You don't have to just take whatever the government narrative is from the mainstream media. But I think we have a long way to go still.
Yeah. I mean, Terry and I were involved for a long time trying to rescue the Republican Party for itself. I'm emptying my closet here. I've done some horrible things in my life. And, we helped elect guys like Rand Paul and Mike Lee and Justin Amash and Thomas Massey.
Well, good work there. That is the only good things that have happened.
By the way, I won't name all the failures because the list would be too long about people that let us down and disappointed us. But we decided 4 years ago when we started Free the People to sort of walk away from the political process. This is not how we're going to do it. It's going to be culture, and it's going to be tech, and maybe we can innovate our way around this. We had Patrick Byrne on the show just recently, and he's got this tech stack for humanity, and he's trying to find a blockchain solution to all sorts of social problems that are basically just a hack around bureaucrats and government money and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of people come up with some really interesting things. Like blockchain tech is a way to decentralize trust, essentially. So obviously that applies to currency. We've seen that be incredibly successful with Bitcoin. I mean, it's what's most interesting right now is that Libra introduces their white paper and says, we're going to do this kind of quasi-centralized thing. And immediately governments around the world jump on it. You have the French finance minister who says, like, we cannot allow this to exist. You have the head of the EU, the central bank there, saying we can't allow this to exist. You have Maxine Waters spearheading this movement in the United States, saying they need to have a moratorium on development immediately. They have to stop all development. The politicians don't like it, but the interesting thing is that maybe Facebook is now realizing the value of having something that's decentralized. Because Bitcoin hasn't been shut down. They haven't written to the CEO of Bitcoin and said, you got to stop. So we're finally seeing what a successful alternative money can look like. And that's exciting. And if we can apply that same tech to other industries, as you mentioned, Patrick Byrne is doing some great stuff with like land titles and stuff like that. It's about decentralizing trust. And I think that tech can be applied to corporations. It can be applied to all kinds of things. So we're moving into a decentralized era, and that's exciting.